What's up, everybody? I'm JT from the Poko Moonshine family.
Kerry from Healing Humanity, the Power of a Proper Human Diet.
So I wanted to do a video with Kerry, and we wanted to just talk about the different frustrations that we've had on carnivore, and then how we got past them so we could make it to that 1 year on carnivore and see it to the other end and be successful, right?
Overcoming carnivore frustrations.
Yeah, overcoming them.
Making it to 1 year.
Yeah, I've gotten frustrated while on carnivore. I was just talking to Kerry about it. I had it for about 4 months where I couldn't lose a dang pound. And that gets on you. You get frustrated.
Yeah.
And you feel like you kind of want to quit. You know, and we were talking about this video, and one thing that helped me get to a year and eliminated a lot of frustrations was ketone strips. You can get them on Amazon. It comes in a little bottle for like $10. There's like 200 strips in there, little plastic, and it's got a little thing at the end that you just dip in, like a little cup of pee that you pee in. And if it's anywhere from pink to purple, you're in ketosis. And the reason I say that, you know, some people are like, well, you're on carnivore. Why would you have to worry about being in ketosis? Well, when you have 4 months of not losing any weight, and you're eating beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, you start to think, well, what the hell happened? Is my carnivore diet broken?
Yeah. You could be in carnivore, you could be doing carnivore and not be in ketosis.
Yeah.
It's true.
And the other frustrating thing about ketosis, since we're talking about ketosis, is that I learned from a lady on YouTube, Health Coach Kate. She says, no matter what you eat, even if it's carnivore, you get a spike in your insulin when you eat. And she says, too, in the morning, if you test your ketones in the morning, they're always going to be low because they get used up when you're sleeping. So I'm usually at like a 0.5, like almost a negative, almost a nothing on the strip.
When you wake up.
When I wake up. And then if I eat something, even if it's bacon and eggs, which is carnivore, I get an insulin spike. So it literally almost drops me even lower. So it was a couple times on carnivore, I was frustrated. I'm like, how am I getting knocked out of ketosis doing carnivore? And I wasn't. She was explaining that you're at a 0.5 because your body's gotten so used to being in ketosis, it's efficient now at using the ketones and not wasting them. And then she says, no matter what you eat, you're going to get frustrated because you're going to have an insulin spike.
Right.
Whether you eat a scoop of ice cream or a steak. So once I knew that, then you know when you're testing, okay, I'm low, it's in the morning, I just ate breakfast. Check it again, maybe at like 3, 4 o'clock. I guarantee you it's going to be anywhere from pink to purple. And those strips just help me because when you're not losing weight, you get frustrated. And I also added in the measuring tape because I feel like that wasn't giving me the full story. And on the days where I would look, I wouldn't lose a pound for a week, but I was in ketosis all week with my strips. But then I would measure. Oh, I lost an inch.
Right.
So do the scale. If you just look at the scale, you'll get frustrated. If you're not checking your ketones, you could get frustrated. What are some things?
Right. Measure. Absolutely measure, like you said. That's the biggest thing. And everyone says to measure, and then most people are like, I'm just going to weigh myself. And then they don't actually measure. And it is huge because your body composition will change. Your bone density may change. You may gain muscle and lose fat, and you look at the scale and it shows no progress.
Or a weight gain.
Yeah.
Because you actually gained 2 pounds of muscle and you burned some fat.
And you get frustrated when actually in reality you made progress. The ketone strips are really good. They're on Amazon. Some of those, the blood ones are more accurate, but it's kind of a pain. But the Keto Mojo is absolutely excellent. And now I've heard they just released the CGM. Those were for checking your glucose, like if you're diabetic. They have one now, or it's coming out soon. You got to check around for it. I think they have it in Canada that does glucose and ketones continuously, which is just awesome. You literally look on your phone and you can see where you're at. That's a really cool point you made, though, because you check your ketones when you're on day 1 of carnivore, and you check your ketones when you're on month 6, and you check it at 8 months. It's going to be different because your body is adapting and it's utilizing those ketones differently. That's a huge point. That's why I get so frustrated when people always say, tell me exactly what you ate today. Why does that matter? Exactly what you ate today is probably different than what you ate 3 months ago, is different than what you're going to eat 3 months from now. Your ketones, you're adapted to things differently. So it doesn't matter. You eat till you're comfortably full. But those would be some of the tips. Do the measurements. Everyone says, I said it too. Jen said it too. We didn't do it. And I wish I did too, because I know it's all changing. And this is for Bill not too, because Bill's getting frustrated because he's stalling out. If you stall out too, like you did, like you said, the bone density, the muscle may be improving, and you may not be noticing that. But all of that aside, a lot of times what's happening when there's a stall, your body's healing, and your body's really smart, so your body's going to heal things first. Bill has a lot to heal before it's going to start letting you shed more pounds and weight. So don't get too frustrated. But I love the tip of using the keto strips or the keto mojo or any of that, just to have that verification and know you're on the right track.
Yeah, it's important. It gives you that confidence to keep going. Because imagine you've been in ketosis all week. You've actually gained 2 pounds of muscle, and you've done a lot of healing, but you quit because you didn't see anything on the scale, and you didn't measure, and you didn't check your ketones. You didn't get the full story. But can you imagine though? Like, that happens to people. They're like, they did good all week. They gained 2 pounds of muscle, lost fat, but they're frustrated because they don't have the full picture.
They should be celebrating, and they're frustrated because they have the wrong data points. You know, the other thing too is your ketone levels can change not just on what you're eating, depending on how well you're sleeping, if you're exercising. There's lots of different factors, so that's why it's cool to track, because you can see like, hey, I just went kayaking for 3 hours. Look what's happening to my ketone levels now based on that. So there's lots of different things that go into it. So that's a good carnivore frustration. Another carnivore frustration, I get this all the time, comments on my YouTube channel. People that they're struggling with cravings continuously, weeks, months into carnivore. They're trying to get to 1 year, maybe they're on 6 months and they're still having cravings. Oftentimes when I investigate and talk to those people more, I find out that they're carnivore, but they still have diet soda. And they're like, what? There's no carbs in it. It's fine on a ketogenic diet. Well, there's artificial sweeteners in there, and those will get your body wanting to crave more sugar. Your body, in some cases, won't be able to tell. Or they'll say, oh, I'll just have a little low glycemic index, fresh blueberries. I saw them out in the woods. I had a couple handfuls of them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if I were to do that, I would be craving sugar. So I've chosen to completely abstain from those things, and then the sugar cravings go away. But I hear a lot of people getting frustrated on carnivore, and usually when I investigate, they still have a little bit of sugar or artificial sweeteners or something in their diet, and that's just going to perpetuate those sugar cravings, and it's kind of miserable. It's pretty awesome not having any sugar cravings. A lot of people can't understand it, but I literally have no sugar. You could put a big cupcake in front of me, I could sniff it, whatever. I have no desire, no craving for that. But I guarantee you, if I just drank a diet soda, an hour from now, I would be having some weird sugar cravings. So you gotta abstain from all of those things. I always tell people with carnivore, it's like, either do carnivore or don't do carnivore. Don't kind of do carnivore. It's the only diet that isn't like Weight Watchers or OMAD or any of these other diets out there where I did so good all week, now I'm gonna just have a little piece of pie. It'll kick your butt out of ketosis, and it could take you days. You might have to go through the keto flu again.
Then you'll be frustrated.
I don't know anyone that's ever had a cheat day on carnivore, and then the next day they went, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah,
I deserved it, and now I feel great.
So glad I'm not in ketosis and burning fat off my body.
Yeah, now I got the keto flu again, and I got to go another week before I get back into deep ketosis. It's never worth it. But that's my advice on that: is do carnivore 100%, not a little bit, not a little cheat here. It's also very liberating giving up the diet soda and all of those other little weird addictions that we all have.
You know, and speaking of doing the diet 100%, if you literally don't overthink it and do the diet 100%, what I mean by that is eat. And we're talking about cravings. I've actually found out, I don't have the occasional cheat and stuff that makes me want to crave more stuff, but what does give me cravings, I found on carnivore diet, is not eating enough.
Yeah.
If I'm still hungry, I will then if I see a Pizza Hut commercial come on, I will want that damn Pizza Hut then. And I want you guys to know, I learned that when that starts to happening, me and my wife say to ourselves, we're still hungry. Because if I was full, there would be no way I'm watching these commercials and getting hungry still.
Right.
So I just wanted to put that out there too. Like, even if you are being true to the diet, do it 100%. Like he says, eat till you're satisfied. Actually eat. Don't undereat, because if you undereat, you're going to get those cravings, and the diet's going to be frustrating when it doesn't have to be, but it can be if you're not eating enough, though. So I just want to, eat some bacon or something. I just wanted to put that point out there because you can get terrible cravings just from being hungry.
Yeah.
And
be mindful of what you're eating too. You could say, I did carnivore just like JT did, and then you investigate and you talk to that person more, and they ate fish and chicken breast, and they had no fat. If I ate fish and chicken breast and no fat, I would have cravings. So you gotta be mindful of what you're eating, and in some cases those cravings are lack of fat as well, or just not eating enough. The beautiful thing with carnivore that I love is we can hear our body so much better. When we were doing the standard American diet, I'm gonna have an apple for breakfast, an hour later I'm hungry, granola bar, snacks, roughage, salad, all of this junk, you couldn't hear your body's signals. Now it's just like, dude, I'm still hungry. You know, cravings, eat a little bit of more food or have more fat. But that's the other tip in terms of carnivore frustrations is, yes, you can do carnivore and you're eating only meat if you're eating just chicken and fish, but it should be called fativore. That's what Dr. Kiltz told me, and I believe that to be true. It's all about getting the fat, and it matters what you're eating. Technically, I guess you're still carnivore if you're eating only chicken breast, but it's probably gonna be very frustrating for you, and you're probably gonna be very hungry for not getting that fat that your body's craving.
Gotta have the fat, and if your body is lacking it, you're going to have all sorts of problems. You're probably going to have headaches, be restless. Like, your body needs that fat, so get it. Now, did want to say, though, as far as like a weight loss stall, the only success I've had with low fat is trying it for a week. Now, what I did was, I know not getting fat is unhealthy. If you eat high protein, low fat, eventually you'll die. I know that. But when I was having that weight stall for about 4 months, I heard from, I think it was Amanda Carnivorous Me. I think it was her. She said that she went high protein, low fat for like a week and a half.
Okay.
Just to kind of get her body to say, well, maybe we should burn more of what we have instead of what you're eating. And she didn't do it forever. Neither did I. I did it for like 2 weeks, and I felt fine. Like if I got to 2 weeks and I was like, hey, I'm feeling real weird.
Right.
I did it and I'll tell you guys, I did it for a week and a half, 2 weeks. And it did work. It got me past that 4-month weight stall. I don't know if it tricked my system. I don't know what it did, but I thank Amanda for putting that out there, because just that week and a half going high protein, low fat, I think it might have tricked my system, or it did something where I got moving again. And ever since then, I've been burning not a lot. I don't lose 7 pounds anymore like when I first started in a week.
Yeah.
But I'm still losing weight.
I love that you said this too, because, and this is different for JT. Let's say that you're already at your goal weight. That might not work for you then. But when you still have the body fat, that's a great way, because then you're telling your body, like, this is it. You use this now.
Eat some of this today.
The human body is crazy, and it gets into these routines, and every day you're going to eat the same thing. You're going to do the same thing, and your body can hold on to weight incredibly well. So
it's a survival thing, man. You would die without that weight. That's why there's so many fat people on this planet, because that's how this planet survives.
That's my advice I always give to people, and you kind of just said it. Do a major switch up. Do what JT said. If you have the body fat, then just go low fat for a while. That's a major switch up. Another one would be, if you're doing strict carnivore, try Lion Diet. I'm not telling you have to do Lion Diet your whole life. If you're doing carnivore, it's not that big of a stretch to do Lion Diet for 3 days. If I was stalled for months, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try Lion Diet for 3 days. Just some sort of drastic switch up to
That's the other thing I did
confuse your
too.
body a little bit.
I actually added in the high protein, low carb with the Lion Diet.
Yeah.
So, not low carb, but low fat,
Right.
So I did the Lion Diet, but I was like, hey, I told her, give me a steak with no fat on it. Or if there's steak with fat on it, cut it off and you guys can have it. I told her I just want the protein for like the next week.
Yeah.
And it got me moving. So that was a frustration of mine. I was doing the diet, but I was not seeing any progress. And I was like, dude, what is wrong with me? And it makes you not want to cut a video. Yeah. Because you're like, well, what am I going to tell people today? Another week, nothing happened. So I've been there, and I've stayed in my shell, and I've stayed quiet long enough where I figured out what works for me. That way I could help other people before just getting out here and trying to help people and not knowing really what helps. So that's why I've been kind of quiet lately. I've just been trying to get to my goal weight, and then just do my best for myself, and then learn all this. And I thank you, man, for teaching me about this diet. Hopefully you guys out there, you can have a big mouth like he did, and then teach other people about this diet, because this has got to spread, man. We got to heal humanity. We got to get back to normal. We got to get back to living life, being outside, not falling over with your chainsaw.
Yeah, no more falling over with the chainsaw.
Passing out or laying in the tub. We don't have time to be frustrated, so I hope this video helps you guys get moving, get past the frustrations, and get free and get your results.
Yeah, 100%. It's amazing, the ripple effect too. You change yourself and they're gonna see other people start changing, and that's how I talked to Dr. Kiltz. He said, this is how you heal humanity. You heal yourself, that's all you gotta do. Healing humanity is such a big statement, right? That's really how simple it is.
Heal yourself.
You heal yourself, I'll heal myself. People are going to see that. It's going to spread. That's how you heal humanity. You heal yourself. You focus on yourself.
And you document the stories. It's the documented stories that matter. And that's how we're going to leave you guys. We love you guys. Please consider supporting Healing Humanity. Go on the GoFundMe. We thank you guys. Thanks for watching.
Peace.